leaves for the tea and actually make the tea, so might be something I do a little bit.
Hello, everybody. Welcome in. I see a bunch of people in chat. Thanks for being here. Thanks for stopping by. Rusty Money, why not? Juan, Towboat Fish, what is going on? We are on survival. I'm still on the same day. I haven't even bothered to go the next day. We're going to take on the challenge of the week. Actually, let me see if the map updated. Let's see if that stupid map author updated his map. God, what a jerk. All right, let's jump in. Hello, everybody. Hey, Pain Dragon, welcome in. Thanks for being here. I'm in a bush. This is all you're going to see all night long are these really low quality, very obviously paper thin FS19 textured bushes. I really hope stuff like this is like fixed in FS, in FS25. Like this bush looks pretty good, right? You can't really tell that it's one-dimensional, two-dimensional, but this one's horrible. Like the shading is all off. It's like somebody cut out the transparency in like Microsoft Paint. Like it's really bad. But that's what you get when you're using FS19 stuff. So here we are, we're back on the farm and we have $41,000 and we have a big task tonight. I don't know if you saw the screenshot, but I want to try to clear this whole field. We're going to clear this whole field. All the way up to here, all the way down to here, all of it. We're going to clear it all. But you know what? It's going to take too long. It's going to take too long. If we have to cut everything up. I'm thinking we might be able to get it done if we just drag the trees. And so tonight we're going to talk about a different way of doing forestry. And we're going to talk about the mod that's we're using here, and we're going to talk about how to use it differently. So let's get into it. Welcome in, everybody. My name is Josh. This is the Gaming Joy channel, and we are playing survival, doing our 80s survival on Pyramberis. Pyramberis? I think that's how you say it. But anyways, so somebody left their machine running. Okay. All right. So here's something you may or may not know. Am I not muted here? Is everyone there? Okay. Here's something you may or may not know about forestry. Here's a fun fact. If you're selling to a sell point, specifically a sell point, you have to cut up your logs into sellable sizes. Now, this sell point also takes containers. So if I had a container and I wanted to deal with transporting containers, I could sell containers too. But even the containers, you can't just put a whole tree in the container. It don't work like that. You have to cut them up into sellable sizes. But if I didn't want to do that, let's say that I want to clear out all these trees and I don't want to sell it in sellable sizes, I can still do it by selling the sawmill. I know that doesn't make sense at all. Here, let me back up a little bit. I'm gonna go in construction. I'm gonna go production, and instead of putting down the selling point right here, I'm gonna put down the factory, which is right here. And the factory costs a little bit more. The selling point's only $5,000. The factory costs a little bit more. The trigger point for the factory is a little bit smaller. It's not as big. Let's do like a little bit back here, a little bit back. Not much, right about there. That looks good. And we're going to place the factory down. Now, the difference between a factory, any sawmill, and a selling point that sells wood is that you're basically depositing liters of wood into a factory. But the factory doesn't actually care that you cut them up. So we can do silly things like this. Take this tree, cut it down, we lost our tractor because of the high weeds. That's okay. We can do this. Come over to here, grab our winch, go over to the base of the tree, connect the tree. Don't even bother cutting it. We're not going to chop it up at all. We're going to drive away real fast, get some momentum going down the hill because we're towing a whole tree. We're going to pull in our winch rope while we're doing it, just because if the tree is a little bit off the ground in the front, it pulls better. And then we're going to come over here into our trigger, let go of the tree. And then I'm going to come over here to this one, which is the wood cell icon, the exclamation point, hit R. And look, the whole tree, all of it, is in the production facility. Now, it's a production facility, which means it's going to produce stuff. So that means it's going to be in my production menu. And if I come down to my production menu, it's my industrial sawmill. And I have multiple features. One of those features is I have wood delivery. I could deliver to another sawmill if I wanted. But I don't even need to use that. I can just come down here and change this output mode to selling. Now, the key here is I did not cut up that tree at all. I just drove down here, deposited it, and then it's gonna sell those liters of wood as if they're the absolute most perfectly cut and sliced boards of wood at the perfect length and the perfect diameter and yada 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 yada, because of the way the game engine works. So that means I can clear out this entire forest just by cutting down the trees. And I can cut down more than one tree. And I think I could probably tow about 2 trees with this device without it like totally dying. I think. Where's the tree? I lost it. It's like gone. Where is it? I have to use my my X-ray vision. I'm Professor X today, and I have X-ray vision. Oh, one thing to note about forestry winch thingies like this, right, is you shouldn't run while holding a winch rope. Now, you can run while holding a winch rope. I'm not saying you can't, but I'm saying you shouldn't. Yeah, thank you. I got the perfect glasses for X-ray vision. I'm saying you shouldn't, because you can like drag your tractor or whatever all around the map. If you run with the winch rope, it comes flying and it'll go like get thrown around and go crazy. It's insane. Now, the only problem with where I put this is I kind of have to go around this production building, and I keep getting the tree caught on it. I'm gonna have to start swinging wide. Hello everybody, welcome in. 3Js, Juan is here with a different account. Thanks for being here, guys. Don't forget to hit that like button. We got 12 current viewers. Sweet. David, how's it going? So I'm gonna hit Y. I'm gonna come in here and I put the wood into the thing, and so the wood is just in the building. It's not really doing anything, and I'm not making any money, but it will sell at the top of the hour. So we don't want to be here all day, so let's speed up the time a little bit. But one of the benefits of it, let me go find the other benefit of it. Here's the other benefit of using a wood sell point, or a wood production, instead of a wood sell point. Now here's this tree. This is a, what is this called? A shagbark hickory. So we're gonna cut down a shagbark hickory. And normally you can't use these trees for anything except for like wood chipping. But I don't have a wood chipper. What I do have is a chainsaw and a lost tree. I can't find it. Seriously? This is gonna be the bane of my day. Oh, that's why it's in the air. That's totally weird. It's like floating up there in the air. Look at it. So now I can just take this shagbark hickory tree, which is so heavy that it's pulling the machine backwards. But I'm going to take the tree by itself. Come on. Okay, I'm going to have to tighten that winch rope. All right, come on, tree. Let's go. Let's go, Mr. Hickory Tree. Don't get caught on that other tree. Nope. No, that's not allowed. Hawaiian Hillbilly, welcome in. Thanks for being here. We are doing some fun stuff with forestry. Fun with forestry. That's an alliteration. I like alliterations. Anyways, we can just drag this shagbark hickory tree and just drag it down the hill. Hopefully not getting caught on everything. But probably will anyways, because it's me we're talking about. And it must be a heavy tree because this thing is struggling hard. Look at it. It can barely move. I don't know if that's because of all the tree branches and like the drag coefficient of the building and the tree branches and the leaves or something. I don't know. This is where Giants physics sometimes fall over. But I'll get there eventually, I swear. I'm gonna drag the tree into the trigger. And let's look at the trigger. So if we're here in our production currently has 21,000 liters. 21,192. We'll put the hickory tree in there. 3,374. 30,374. Which means I got almost, what, 9,000 liters from that tree. And yes, the branches actually add liters. So it's actually better. So for the shagbark, like if it was this kind of tree would be like 12,000 liters. It's ridiculous. These kind of trees, like these trees, the branches don't add liters at all, but these trees, they do, because you've probably cut up this kind of tree before where you cut off the branch and the branch still stays there. It doesn't disappear. Basically any part of the tree that doesn't disappear is liters, essentially. And so you can kind of use that to your advantage. And make more money. And so you actually make more money doing it this way. Now, as another example is, some of you may have seen my Calmlands series, where in the Calmlands series, the first episode, I cut down a bunch of trees with a chainsaw, and then I used Yos's production mod thing, which is like a little container thingamabobber. Where's the beginning of this tree? See, this is the problem without, I can't see anything. I already have that tree. Where's the other one? X-ray vision. Oh, no, I didn't. I did it without X-ray vision. Good job, Josh. Yos's container mod works in the same exact way. So Yos's container mod is an actual wood production. So it acts like a wood production in that when it takes in wood, it just absorbs it by liter. And so wood productions, based on the way Giants has coded the wood productions to work, when you deposit wood, you're depositing by liter. So it doesn't matter if the tree is cut up or not, it's still just a liter. So they don't, and they might fix that in 25, I don't know. But here I go, 2 spruce trees, right? Normally I would have had to cut these up into all the pieces. It would have taken a while to do. I would have had to tow them down one at a time. Would have to come over here, 30,000, 47,000 liters. So I just got 17,000 liters from 2 spruce trees. Now, if I wanted to deal with productions, which I could if I wanted to make a ton of money. Let's see how much money I can make on this map. Come down here. Prefab wall, blah, 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 blah. Where is it? Planks long. No selling point available. Wood beam. No selling point available. So there's no selling points for these. I would have to add my own sawmill back in as a sell point, because it is a sell point for those things. To be able to sell that stuff. So it doesn't make sense to actually produce any of the extra stuff, but I don't really want to do that right now. Maybe I'll add the rusty one up by the sawmill as a selling point. That might be kind of cool. So we still have to actually transport something, not do everything on our own farm. But that's what we're going to do. So we're just going to let it sell. And then at 10 a.m., it's going to sell whatever liters of wood we've collected by 10 a.m., which should hopefully be most of this forest. What? I just cut this tree down. Was it 2 trees? You guys heard that, right? Was it 2 trees? Oh, hold on. Let's turn on my X-ray vision and find out the real source of the truth. No, it looks like it's only 1. Will X-ray vision come to FS22? Maybe. Actually, probably. This is like a developer thing. These are like my Cyclops glasses so that I can get X-ray vision. Come on, what are you stuck on? There we go. I think it was stuck on the stump. Remember, swing wide, Josh. Swing wide. Get around the building. I didn't swing wide enough. Damn it. Can I use the trigger from inside the cab? Nope. I'm like parked on top of the trigger, so I can't actually get to it. Oh no, I did. Nice. So welcome in, folks. I saw Jay Meister come in. Hawaiian Hillbilly, thanks for being here. Thanks for coming in. Luke, how are you? I'm Berniking? Am I pronouncing your name right, Luke? I hope I am. I hope I'm not butchering it, though I am sometimes known for butchering people's names. Stay. And so if you're using a winch thing system, the way I do it is I like to cut away from the winch so that when I'm pulling, the trees are already facing the correct direction and they're less likely to get caught on stuff. The downside is sometimes the stump gets in the way, so it might be worthwhile to get rid of the stumps. Let's try that, because the last one got caught on the stump. And getting rid of the stumps is easy. We just have to put on our X-ray vision again. But for these ones, we'll be fine. Oh. Brady, welcome in, sir. How are you today? Can I pull 2 spruce trees? I've been only pulling like 1 pine and 1 spruce up until now. Can I pull 2 spruce trees? Let's find out. Oh, no problem. This thing's awesome. It's actually like, I wish I'd known about this thing on the 200 horsepower challenge, because this thing is actually only like 123 horsepower or something. Let's look at it. Forestry machines, because this is on Mod Hub. Yeah, 115 horsepower. And think of all the time I'm saving. You would? Yeah, but the real mower mod is not nice. I could also just paint over them and then mow and then be able to get the money from the grass and the bushes. That's also a possibility. Or I could just plow it, like you said. I wonder how many of these trees I could take at once. I bet I can get like 3 or 4 of these at once. This sawmill, this chainsaw is so epic. I love it. It's just like funky. You know, the other thing you can do, the one thing I actually, Milk That Hen taught me, and is that if you want to paint over something, but you don't want to waste the money, like, because painting costs money, right? It's totally a console hack. But if you go into painting mode, right? Go into painting mode, construction, landscaping, plants, whatever. Pick grass. And then instead of painting, like, I could paint over these bushes with grass, right? But it's going to charge me money, right? And then you can also right click. If I right click, I can just delete that stuff. So those bushes, I could just delete the bushes if I wanted to. I might actually just for fun, I might clear this forest and then spend the money to paint it all, and then but you can just right click and delete, and deleting doesn't cost any money. So I can get rid of all these bushes that are giving me problems right now by right clicking. And I could make my cursor really big and just, you know, make it super easy. But I kind of like them. So I'd rather have them, and then I'd rather have grass, because we're going to mow it, obviously. Obviously, this is me we're talking about. But that costs, like, you know, I just spent like 16 grand painting grass. So now I have 2 now. Can I get a 3rd? I want to see what the limits of this machine is. I really do. I always have to test the limits. And yes, I did put out another episode of the Calmlands challenge right before this. It was supposed to go out last night at 5 p.m. But you know how YouTube is. Somehow messed up the go live thingy with YouTube, and I didn't do it right. And I ended up putting it out for 5 p.m. today instead of 5 p.m. last night, which, you know, didn't work out so well. Look at this thing. This thing's hauling 3 of these things. Look at that. And then Y to get rid of it. How many liters do we get now? That's 59 and up to 90. That was a significant number of liters of wood. Oh, Luke, I'm sure you are. Deadwood is super fun for logging. We're gonna have to do a pass of a stump removal. Luckily, my X-ray vision makes stump removal super easy. I mean, we could do 3, but honestly, it's a little bit too much work. So I'm just gonna use my 2 straps, 1 for 1, and just do 2 trees. Go. Thank you. Hey Ken, how's it going? Did someone say test the limits? Yes, I did. I'm testing the limits of this 112 horsepower tree pulling machine. And it keeps getting caught on stumps until I lift it up over the stump. Now, obviously, this is like not a like legit forestry in any way, because who would bring an entire tree with the leaves on it and everything to the sawmill? That's just silly. No one's gonna do that unless you're me. So it's not legit, and I know it's not legit, but the way I see it is I'm playing the game mechanics. Yes, I'm using my own mod, sure, but I'm not like using a cheaty mod. I'm just happen to use a mod that I like and doesn't cost very much. And for that matter, it's in testing right now, so poo on you. It's actually going to be on Mod Hub for all platforms, so I'll do what I want. Thank you. There was another tree. I wanted to get 2 trees. Where's the second one? I lost it. I tried to park like cleverly so I get 2 trees. Can I cut this tree? Can I cut this tree? Ooh, I can. All right, where's my machine? Find my trees. Somewhere here. There's one. Hey, Ronnie. How's it going? I haven't seen you in a while in my streams, so thank you very much for joining and coming by. It is great to have you. There we go. That one. I'm going to come here. And I'm going to get the trees. I'm going to pull. If I took the time to cut the stumps before I tried this, this wouldn't happen. But it's because of the stumps. There we go. Ooh, thank you, Ronnie. That's really kind of you. Thank you for gifting a membership. That's awesome. And Ken became a member. That's awesome. Thank you very much, Ronnie. Hashtag for Ronnie for anyone there. Or I don't know if it gives a thumbs up thing. No, I guess I don't get that feature. Bruce gets that feature. I don't get it. I just noticed something, by the way. I'll show you in a second. More wood. We might have to stop cutting trees in a minute because there's a limit to this mod. To my forestry thing, it only takes in 250,000 liters, so we might actually hit that. But I have this forestry helper mod. If you guys haven't seen this mod, it's pretty awesome. It's by Farm Sim Tim. But if you see how I'm targeting the tree, even without the chainsaw out, see how it says volume 9,020 liters? Wait, how much volume is this one? Oh, that's cool. This is 22,000 liters. So if I cut down this elm tree and sold it, I would get 22,000 liters. Or like this one down here, 22,000 liters. This one, which is one of the pine, it says pine, but it's actually it's not a pine tree. It's one of the these things. What are they called? I should try to fix that. That's actually a little annoying that it says pine and not actually what it is. It's annoying. I've decided it's annoying to me, and I wonder if I can fix it. I don't know if I can. I'll try. So I'm gonna do this, and do this. Gonna cut them downhill because that seems logical. Cut some stumps while I'm at it. Dust Bunny, welcome in. Evening. Where's the stump? There it is. All right, now I gotta go find my machine. Whoop. So hard to see in this crazy forest. So I actually don't mind like this forest. So this is my opinion, right? And you guys can share this opinion or not. I don't care. I don't really care. But I actually like when a forest is like this with lots of underbrush. I don't think it's bad. It feels more realistic to me when a forest has a lot of underbrush. And for forests that don't have a lot of underbrush, somehow feel like not as much of a forest. Because to me, a forest always has underbrush. So the more underbrush, the better, as far as I'm concerned. What is going on with this second tree? It's like super far back. Come on. There you go. There we go. So I actually like the underbrush, but I don't like the underbrush when I'm trying to find stumps and stuff. Like otherwise, oh, it's great. But if I'm trying to do something, and especially if I was on console, I would hate the underbrush because you have to paint away at it and you don't have, you're not Morpheus, or who did I say I was? Professor Xavier. So you don't have X-ray vision on console. So you can't just, use the PC cheat code, which is F4, not alt F4, just F4. One, two. Oh, it's 9:51. Let's get ready to get rich. And we are on hard economy, by the way. You'll see why that's somewhat laughable. We are in hard economy, right? I want to lie. Yes, hard economy. How many trees can we get into the trigger before 10 o'clock? And you don't have to have the whole tree in the trigger. You just have to have a single piece of the tree in the trigger. Come in here, do that. Circle back out, get some more trees. This is going to be a hill. And we're going to have to get machinery that can handle that hill. But you know me, I love my hills. And I'm actually thinking of planting some trees. Or placing some trees. Because we're cutting down a lot of trees. We're going to cut down even more next time. Oh, don't fall on it. Ugh, I totally nailed my tree harvester with that tree. I am a bad forestry person. Bad lumberjack. I would totally get fired from my job right here and now if I had done that in real life. So here's the X-ray vision. So we come in here, we press F12 or F4, and you get this cool, like, I can see underneath the ground view. But it also gives the ability to see stumps. Which is what I use it for 95% of the time. So come in here, stump. And there's some other stumps over here that I totally missed from before. Let's do a quick stump pass. And you see, like, you're basically seeing the triangles of stuff. Like, you're seeing the triangles of the tree. And this is how the game renders stuff. Everything is based out of triangles. And so what you're seeing is the internal game mechanics of how it renders stumps and pieces of wood and bushes. Like, these bushes are not triangles at all. They're just like, I don't know what you want to call it. Like an array? No. A line? It's like line art that they're filling up with Oh, look, there's a bunch of logs here. Who left those there? Oh, 9:57. Quick, go sell our wood. Where's the machine? $9:58. Can we get there before 10 a.m.? I don't know. We're gonna try. Come on. 9:59. And okay, 159,000 liters. Now, wood is not listed. So here's the key with wood. You have to realize that most maps don't list wood on their pricing scheme. This one happens to, but most maps don't, because it's just a Boolean flag in the default map when they turn it off. But since I edited this map, I fixed it. So right about now, we're gonna get rich. So we're gonna make $159,000 essentially. There we go. 176. Let's go back into our X-ray mode. Get rid of these last couple stumps. We still have the rest of this thing to clear out, but that's okay. We also have some equipment to buy. Looking for more stumps. Stump. Stumpity stump. Oh, looks like I got most of the stumps that I've ignored for 20 minutes. So I also started yesterday editing my first episode for the Pioneer Challenge. Not many people know, but I'm also doing the Pioneer Challenge. But I didn't really want to start the Pioneer Challenge until I was done with the Calmlands Challenge. But I just started editing it last night because I didn't know how. I didn't know how I was planning on editing it, so I was trying some stuff out. Okay. More trees. I want to clear this thing out so I can mow it and like mow it and turn it into silage. What is going on? Why aren't you cutting? Cut the tree. Can't see anything. What the heck? Come on, tree. So stupid. I didn't paint these in here, okay? The original map author did. I don't like this texture. Oh, that tree's rolling down the hill. Better get it before it rolls away. I wonder what the rolling tree is going to do with physics to my truck. Question from Luke. What state do I live in? I currently live in California. I live just outside of San Francisco. No silo found. What? What the heck? Oh, you know what? I think I hit the course play button. And this default mode is silo mode. But even though I live in California now, I'm originally from the East Coast. So I know the East Coast also very well. Because that's where I grew up. And I'm actually not a super fan of California. No offense to California. Oh my gosh, these prisoners are killing me. I'm going to use some of my newfound money and fix some of these bushes. Painting plants. I should make grass cheaper. All right. What was I saying? I lost track of my thought. Oh wait, I can't use the rope until I've actually cut the tree down. That would help. And come in here. Where's the tree? Where's the tree? There it is. Now, one thing to note, if you've ever played with anything with this new rope system, is if you cut a rope, if you cut a tree that currently has ropes attached to it, it'll actually cancel all the ropes that are attached to that tree. That's a fun fact. So if you are like, if you've already like cut some stuff up and you're like, oh, I need to make one more cut. If you make that one more cut, it'll actually disconnect all of the chains or ropes attached to that tree. So I had a fun conversation with giants over the week. I'll tell you guys about it. It's really fun. Aw, thanks, Rusty. So this thing right here, here's a good example. This is a forestry winch. It's a, what's the name of it? There's a name for this. This is a forestry machine that has dual winches, right? Right. And without those dual winches, like without the functionality of the winches, this machine is pretty much a very weird looking plow. Maybe it's a plow because it has that plow thing on the front. And apparently giants are totally okay with that. They're totally okay with this thing being on ModHub and a person downloading it and trying to play with it. And if they don't select the Platinum Edition and they don't actually have the Platinum Edition purchased, that this is just basically a glorified not plow. It has a plow blade, but it doesn't actually plow. And apparently Giants is totally cool with that. Isn't that weird? Like, they don't seem to care that for this machine to work, it requires the Platinum DLC. And so they think that it shouldn't actually require the Platinum DLC, because then they'd have to do extra work to communicate that the Platinum DLC costs money, and to use this mod, you'd have to spend money. So that's too much work for them. So they've just decided that it's their policy to just let the players fail, let them have a bad experience, so that they can avoid writing documentation. That seems a little of a weird policy, don't you think? Yeah. So the other version of my bandsaw mill, if you guys didn't hear, got blocked by Giants, and they said that they're never going to release it, and they're never going to let me put it on ModHub because it requires the Platinum DLC, and I'm not allowed to say that a DLC is required, which doesn't make any sense at all. But that's apparently the way they want it. I mean, it doesn't make sense to me. But, you know, I don't work there, I guess. So there's like a dozen or more, probably this at this point, probably 30 or 40 pieces of equipment on ModHub that are glorified paperweights. Because if you use them and you don't enable the Platinum DLC, not only will the game let you use them and let you buy them in the game and let you equip them and let you connect to them, they just won't do anything. No warning messages, no error messages. No. That's too much. Too much to think about. As you'd imagine, I don't agree with that, but you know, I don't work for Giants. J Meister asked me a good question. Where would I live if I didn't live in California? Where would I live if I didn't live in California? It's a good question. I would live if you know, if I suddenly won the lottery and I didn't, you know, stuff and money and yada yada, I would probably live, if I could choose anywhere, I would go to get a global expedition vehicle. I'd probably get one of the Kenworth cab over global expedition vehicles. I've actually looked at them. I know how much they cost. I know the features. I know all of it because I'm obsessed with it. But I would probably take my family and live in a global expedition vehicle and travel the world. That's what I would do. Because if money wasn't an object and I didn't have to work, I'd want to see the world that we live in. And I think I've spent too much of my life sitting behind a desk and sitting behind a computer screen writing code for someone else and not seeing enough of the world. I think I would love to see the world. And of course, the global expedition vehicle would be the way to do that. Those things are awesome. If you ever get a chance to look at it, look up a global expedition vehicle. Look up the Kenworth cab over design one. The 6x6. It's like, imagine, see if I have anything close to it. Yeah, so imagine this. Uh, 4x2, 6x4. Imagine this, right? With a super long wheelbase and then an entire like tractor trailer size camper bed on the back. 6x4 or 6x6 actually. 4-wheel drive, seating for 4 up front, and an entire house on the back. Can go literally anywhere. That's what I would do. I also wouldn't mind like maybe living back on the East Coast again. I liked living on the East Coast. I'm not a super fan of California. I know a lot of people are like, you know, you live in California, but you don't like the heat. Yeah, I don't like the heat. I don't like the sun. I don't like the hot summers. Not a fan. This just happens to be where we live. You stay where you are? Yeah. A lot of people would. A lot of people just, you know, they like where they are, they like where they live, and they like, you know, the area they're in. I'd obviously want to be able to be somewhere where I could get closer to family and see family more often. You know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff. That's also important to me. But right now, I only see family like, you know, like a lot of our family we only see every 6 months or so. And if I was traveling the world and seeing the world in between, to me that sounds pretty fun. But it's a pipe dream, of course, because, you know, money, time, job, family, school. Let me count the ways. Oops, wrong button. Let's get rid of some stumps. Yeah, Dust Bunny, it's extremely frustrating new players, and it's not communicated at all, and they just assume that it's okay. And it's a bummer, honestly. You know, a new player would go onto like and download a map like Deadwood, and they would get into Deadwood, and they were like, "Oh, cool! There's some forestry stuff," and then they would start doing the forestry, and then they would realize that the production buildings for forestry only make planks, just planks. That's it, and nothing else. And then the paper production, you'd be able to buy a paper production on Deadwood. And that paper production wouldn't be able to make anything because you don't have the platinum edition, which means you don't have paper, carton rolls, paper rolls. And I think that sucks as a new player. You know what I mean? A new player, you're coming to the game, you want to experience what the game has, and then you try to do like simple stuff and you can't do it and you don't know why, and there's no messaging to you about why you can't do it. There's no warning being like, hey, this map uses 6 different production items off of 6 different items that are only found in the Platinum Edition. It's recommended that you download and purchase and download the Platinum Edition to play this map. Wow, that sounded like really hard to say. That was really a tough thing to say. I thought I just cut this tree down. Why is it not falling down? What the hell? But that's what they want. Look at this, we're almost done. We have like a dozen more trees to do. Didn't I cut down a second tree? I thought I did. Did I really only cut down one tree here? I did. Oh, not that one. cut down this one. It's really funny to watch the tree fall and cut it down while you're in that thing. Plant 5 for whenever cut down. Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I will do that just for you. I will find a place to plant this whole forest worth of trees back into the ground. And then I will wait 40 years for them to grow. And I will, how about this? I will even say that I will plant replacement trees for all the trees that I've cut down within the next 12 months of gameplay. So by March next year, I will have to replant. Uh-oh, I don't know. I don't know why I'm talking myself into this. I will replant 89 trees or more. Hold on 1 second. Oops. I totally ran into that building. Sorry. I think we have 2 hickory trees to tow, and those were lots of fun. CS Benji, how are you? Welcome in. How's the doggo? Did I just tow 2 trees, or I only tow 1? How did I... I'm super confused now. Wait, hold on. This is... Okay, never mind. I thought I fixed grass. I'm so tired of fixing Giants' stuff. Yeah, Luke, I mean, I have the Platinum Edition too, and I have no problem with that. My problem is not everyone does, and I get that. But if I want to make a mod that's designed to be used with the Platinum Edition, I should be allowed to do that. And their idea is, sure, go ahead, but you can't tell anyone that your mod is designed to be used with the Platinum Edition. You can't tell them. Or it's up to you to tell them. We're not going to tell them, and we're not going to give them any warning messages or error messages or anything like that. It's up to you. It's up to me as the modder to add that warning into my mod description. Again, not them. They're not doing it. It's up to me. Right? And to me, that's a little messed up. It's not my job. Not my game. I'm not the one who's breaking the game for players. Yes, but they're not allowed to. So here's the difference. And I'll explain it really quick. You know how some maps, right? You have a map that has some people complain that some maps have lots of dependencies, right? You need it, or, you know, additional maps, you have additional stuff you have to download, right? So that the game calls that a dependency. And so a dependency is when one thing in the game depends on another, right? That's what a dependency is. And that's how the game has it programmed. And basically there's a line in the setup for your mod or map or whatever that allows you to say which things depend on which other things, right? It's a pretty simple concept. But their policy, which is not written down and not called out anywhere, and they're unwilling to add it. I actually asked them to add it, and they're like, we'll think about it. Their policy, which they don't tell anyone about, is that you're not allowed to say that any DLC, not just the Platinum DLC, but any DLC is listed in code as a dependency. You can say in the description, like I've done, or like this thing has done. Come on, drive. Why are you stuck in first gear, dude? You can say in the description, the text, that this map requires the Platinum DLC, but you can't put it in code so that the game knows that it requires it. Because if the game knows that it requires it, then the game will stop you from starting the game without that other mod, whatever that mod is a dependency, is there. So I'm sure you've seen that where, you know, you have a map and you can't start the map until you actually install the dependencies of the map, right? You can't do it. It won't let you. It won't even let you start the map. And that's how the dependencies work. But their stance, which I don't agree with, and I think it's silly, is that you can't depend on a DLC. That's it. They said nope, you're not allowed to do it. You can say that it depends on a DLC in the text, but you can't actually say it in the mod. And the reason that the bandsaw mill there's no point in putting the bandsaw mill on ModHub, because the bandsaw mill, the other version, not the really awesome version here, but the other version. Hey Tony, welcome in. Is that it wouldn't have a visual, so it would just be a bunch of triggers if someone didn't have the Platinum DLC. And I don't want people to have a negative experience using my mods, so I won't allow that. I won't put it up on ModHub anyways. Like, I could just take out the dependency and resubmit it and see what they say, and they may or may not allow it. But either way, I don't want people to experience it that way, so I'm not going to release it that way. Hey Tony. Oh, Tony, check it out. Did you see the new bandsaw mill yet? Check this thing out. This is awesome. This is my new bandsaw mill. I'm calling it the industrial sawmill. Isn't that cool looking? And it does actually, it is turned on. It's not turned on right now, but if you turn it on, it does make noise. Here, I'll turn it on for you guys so you can hear it. It does actually make noise. If I turn this one on. You can kind of hear it. If I turn off the engine. It makes the normal sawmill noise, but it's just quiet. It's not super loud. I hate it when sawmills and stuff like that are so loud you can't even hear yourself think. Yeah, that one's in testing. There's two versions. There's a sell point version and a production version. The one I'm using there is the production version. And it's actually on day 5 of being in testing on ModHub. So that one will hopefully come out soon. Trickle usage is actually not in testing. It's actually testing complete, which is a rare status. Usually they just release stuff. But it's in testing complete. And Giants have told me via message that they're sorry. It was supposed to come out today, but they forgot. But trickle usage will be out tomorrow, hopefully, or whenever the next mod drop is. So that's pretty cool. Get another one on ModHub. My goal for FS25 as a really silly goal. My goal for FS25 is to have at least 1 page of mods. So you know how ModHub has pages? like page 1, page 2. And so if you search for my name, I want to have at least one page of mods. I think that would be cool. That's a really silly thing to want, but I want one page of mods. I think that'd be cool. And one page I think is 12 mods, so I'm not that far off. If once FS22 comes out is done and I'm done submitting all the mods I have pending, I think I'll have 8 or 9. But yeah, I have 3 or 4 mods that are currently in testing. 2 or 3 of them are which are all platforms. I think it's a good goal. It's a simple goal. I'm gonna call it now though. I want one page of mods, and my stretch goal. You guys ever do that? Like when you're setting goals, you think of like your regular goals, and then you have a stretch goal. Like if you really, really push, maybe you can get to your stretch goal. And this is maybe something that only happens in software engineering, whatever. My goals have never stretched, exactly. My stretch goal though is within that page of mods, I want at least one of them to be a map. And not a map that I like co-wrote with someone else, but a map that I make. Because I think I'd make a pretty cool map. I have a couple really good ideas for maps. One of which is an Asian map, and now that we're getting Asian themed stuff, it might actually happen. But I want one of those things, one of those 12. My dirty dozen, or my baker's dozen, or my gaming dozen. Call it the gaming dozen. That's a great name for it. We're gonna call it the gaming dozen. That's my goal. In the gaming dozen, I want there to be one map. At least. I don't know, I'll have time to do it, you know, with work and life and the other 12 mods that I'm currently claiming that I'm gonna make. But I think that would be pretty awesome to actually make a total of 12 mods. And I'm not saying I won't make more, but, and I'm not including that to be 12 new mods. Let's just make that clear. If 7 or 8 of those mods are mods that I already wrote and then I'm bringing over from 22, that's still a page of mods regardless of which game they were made for. So I'm not claiming that I'm gonna come up with 12 new mods. I'm gonna claim that I'm gonna get 12 mods onto ModHub for FS25. That's the goal. And if I bring over everything that I made for FS22, then maybe, yes, I have plans for a California map. Yeah, I released 8. I'm gonna release, I'm gonna make a 3-meter cultivator, and then I'm gonna make a 3-meter cultivator that plows. And then I'm gonna make a 3-meter cultivator that unfolds into a 4-meter cultivator. And then I actually already have plans for the California map. I want to do an actual true to life live dem map of California. I already know the city that I'm going to use for it. I already know how big the map's going to be, and I'm going to use that map to prove everybody wrong. Everybody. All the naysayers who say that you can only have 1x, 4x, and 16x maps, I'm going to prove them all wrong. Multiple times over with one map. But it's funny, it's actually a map I wouldn't play. I mean, I'll probably play it just because, you know, I made it. But it's not the type of map I would play, because I'm the kind of person I like hills. I don't like flat maps, and the city that I've picked for the California map is a very flat city. It's a flat area, but it's a super cool farming area. Close, Ken. I've actually talked about this before. The plan is to make a triple map, where it's 3 maps in one zip file, and it's basically 3 different sizes of the same area. So the center of the map would be a 1x. Oh, I hope the engine's okay. You're not going to blow up right now, are you, or anything, Towboat? The center of the map is a 1x map, a standard 1x size map. And then if you add another layer of maps around the 1x map, that would be 9x. 9 times the size of a 1x map. And there are many people out there who don't believe that that is possible, because 9 is not a factor of 2. Oh my god. 9 is not a factor of 2, so it must not be real. They say it's not possible. I know for a fact it is, but they say it's not possible. But they don't believe me. And so what I'd like to release is that map, which is a 1x in the middle, and then a 9x, and then a 25x. And I think I'll probably do the 25x and the 9x as a separate download, so at least we can have the 1x for all platforms. There's a little stick in the road that's pissing me off. So at least the 1x can be for all platforms, and then the second version of the all platforms, the PC only version of that map, would be a 9x and a 25x. But yeah. Hey Ray, welcome in. I think I saw you come in a minute ago. Thank you so much for joining the live stream. The live streams are honestly the highlight of my week, so thank you. I just beached this thing. I totally did it. I just sell the wood. What's the worst that can happen? Oh yeah, I don't know which one. Which one, Rusty? I also want to release, just to prove people wrong again. I love stirring the pot. That's just me, right? I don't know why, but I love stirring the pot. I love messing with people's heads. I love proving people wrong. I'd also like to release a 0.25x map. With basically 1/4 of a real map. And not like actually, not like St. Cali, which was pretty much a 1/4 map, where it was a regular size 2x map, but it was only using the middle quarter of it. No, I want to actually release a map that's edge to edge, a quarter of a legit size map. I don't know why. It just sounds fun to me. And it would be a survival map. And it's going to be, and as a hint, and as a precursor to anyone who likes the idea, it's going to be, and it should be able to go for all platforms, but if it works out, it's hopefully going to be a pack of maps, like multiple small quarter maps. And it's going to be an apocalyptical survival map. Just think of how you might play with that, especially Rusty. What could you do with an apocalyptical survival map? Think about it. Just let that marinate for like a year. Give me some time to do it. But what could you do with an apocalypse survival map? Thank you, Ken. Not you should be, you can. I know it's possible. I've done it. I have a map sitting on my computer, which is a 6x map. 6x. So if anyone wants to do some math, tell me how big a 6x map is. If a 2x, a regular map, which is technically a 2x map, is 2 kilometers by 2 kilometers. How big is a 6x map? It's 6 kilometers by 6 kilometers, which is not a factor of 2. Oh my gosh, it's not a factor of 2. Whatever will we do? It's not real. It must not exist. Yeah, I have a map on my computer that a friend of mine made that's 6 kilometers by 6 kilometers. Like, who cares? It's all possible. It's not the measurement of the map doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be a factor of 2. It can even be an odd number, as long as it's square. I don't know if you can do like a 1x9, Ken, but I will try it just for you. That would be so cool to have like a really. That would be. I think, you know what? I think Rusty would really like a 1x6 or a 1x9 map. Right? Wouldn't you, Rusty? Because then you could do your big, long, super long, straight fields with trees in between the rows. Rusty would totally dig that kind of map. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen that stream elements message in a long time. So like stream elements, the way it works is it bases the messages that it puts up in chat based on how active the stream is and how many people are in chat. And so you guys have been so active tonight, thank you very much, that you've triggered a very rare message, essentially. Whoops. That's what happens if you hit right click instead of left click. All right, we're just gonna be plowing this, so I don't really care too much. Okay, okay, that's it. No more painting. Yeah, I'm already thinking about those. Or like have a, especially if the ferry system works and we can use it, have a 2x map that's like this, and it's 2 islands on either side, and like the islands are like at war with each other or something. And one of them is like has really high sell prices for wheat, and the other one has really high sell prices for barley. Or something stupid like that. That would be cool. All right, let's get our mower out. Where's our mower? Do we still have a mower? Oh yeah, we got the big mower. I totally forgot about that. I totally forgot that we got the big mower. Yes. I don't know if this I'm gonna have to go I'm gonna go counterclockwise with this one, because I don't know if this mower is gonna make it up this really steep part of the hill. Yeah, you could do like an island in the middle with sell points, and the only way you can get there is by ferry. I would be down for that. Now, this does create a field. So this is one of those maps, if everyone doesn't know, any map that has this grass, see this grass? That's base game grass. So it's base game crop grass. And if the map author paints it down, if you look at the map, we can look at our map now. See how there's no field? There's no field, but I'm creating a field right now. So in a minute, when the map updates, you'll see like a green line show up. Because anytime you mow the base game grass, it creates a field. So it's called creating a field. Hey, Joe, welcome in. Thanks for being here, sir. We are having fun on Parambaris doing our 80s survival, which means I get to play with a bunch of like Fords, because we're doing a Ford playthrough, because I know that once the new game comes out, we're going to be stuck with base game equipment for a couple months. So I'm like doing a no base game challenge or something. Like we're just using all modded equipment and like the dirty modded equipment, like this one, which originally had wheels that turned to silver, literally turned to silver. when you like you use it for like an hour and the wheels turn to silver. I had to redo it to get the wheels to work. Yeah, I definitely made the right decision coming this way with the mower and not going the other way. It would have never made it up this hill. Well, welcome in, everybody. Yeah, we're doing our 80 survival challenge, and since Giants only creates machinery that's made after, you know, 2027, that we can't really use Giant stuff, so we're going to use all the really off-market, off-brand, off-mod hub stuff and have a little bit of fun with it. And as you can see, my mower actually has the real mower functionality. So somebody was mentioning, who was mentioning real mower earlier? Somebody was mentioning real mower earlier. So what real mower does is real mower basically allows your mower to mulch standard bushes. Now hear me what I'm saying. Standard bushes. So see these bushes right here? Okay. These bushes are FS19 bushes, right? FS19. And these bushes right here are Giants base game bushes. And so Giants base game bushes, you can actually put line of code in your map that says they're mowable. Most maps don't do it. My map, because I edited this map, my map does. Yeah, that's the real mower is the one you had to turn off for Comlands. Yeah, exactly. Did anyone ever explain why that happened? Did anyone ever explain why the real mower didn't work for Comlands, by the way? Or did we just all turn it off? Do you guys remember? I actually know why it didn't work. This is kind of painful, but I must mow the grass. I must mow it. It's like such a waste of grass. We spent like 80 grand. Yeah, so the reason that thing didn't work, maybe we need a tractor with more horsepower. We have plenty of money. Let's get a tractor with more horsepower. What do you guys think? Yeah, we're getting a tractor with more horsepower. So there's a couple other Ford tractors I want to buy, but we're going to buy one of them right now. And it just has a lot more horsepower. It's not really a bigger tractor. It's... This one I already have. This one goes up to 192. Where's the 15? I kind of want to upgrade slowly. This one? No. This one. Yes, this one. No, not this one. This one only has 127. We'll get that one eventually. That one's cool, though. I want the TW... Maybe it is the 40. Is this the one that's totally broken? This one works. Oh, looks so good. That looks awesome. Does this one have a front loader? No. The other TW35 has a front loader. This one has a front loader. But it's totally broken. This one, like, I don't know why I still have this in here. It's totally broken. So we could get... Is it this one? TW15 Super Force 2Q 172. Nice. Do we have a TW15? What do we have right now? I don't remember. Hold on. Hold on. What's on sale? Nothing. We have a 8210. Okay, so we're gonna get a TW15. That's the one I want. I'm gonna get the TW15 because it's just a little bit more horsepower, but not a lot. We're gonna get the 172 horsepower version, and we're gonna put the biggest tires possible on it. Because why not? Ooh, it has twins. Nope, wrong one, sorry. Continental. I want the floaters. And then attachers. Front links. This one has a front link, so it'll be a first tractor with a front link. Let's see if this one does any better on the hills. 56k. Sure, why not? I hope the anteater will come off for FS25, but I highly doubt it. Oh, did you see the tires spin there for a second? Ooh, this one's zippy. Sounds good. And it's a little bit zippy. Hopefully it'll run the mower better. It's like almost the same tractor. This one's 2-wheel drive. That one's 4-wheel drive. But yeah, Ronnie, I hope so too. But I doubt it. Okay, so the reason the real mower didn't work. So the real mower mod, what it does is it basically says, it turns the game and it basically tells the game, anytime your mower encounters weeds, turn the mower into a mulcher for that split second. So anytime you encounter a weed, turn into a mulcher for a split second. That's what the code for that mod does. This thing sounds mean. It's working a little bit better. And so think about that. That basically means that if I turn this, if I had the real mower mod on this thing, I would go over those bushes, and for those couple seconds where I'm going over the bushes, I wouldn't get any grass output because I turned my mower into a mulcher for 30 seconds or 10 seconds or whatever the time was, right? So Calmlands, the grass on Calmlands, the meadow grass, has 3 pieces to it. It has meadow, standard base game French meadow, plus it has tall red flowers, which the game thinks is a weed, and it had light white flowery things that the game also considers a weed. And every single speck of land on the entire map had all 3 of those things, because that's how the author painted the map. So basically, as the real mower went over the map, it was constantly in mulcher mode because it was constantly detecting weeds. And so because of that, it was basically mulching all the grass. So any this thing needs rear weights, but I don't think it was an option, was it? So it's basically turning it into a mulcher, and the mulcher was on the whole time. And if you actually kept the real mower on the second time you mowed, it would just mow like normal and we wouldn't have a problem. And a couple people tested that and figured that out, but the real answer was not the map. It was the way that mod functions. Ken, I'm like the grass fanatic here. You're telling me about a grass that gets to 3 to 5 feet tall and you want it to be in game? Done. tell me what it looks like, brother. I'll get it. I'll make that happen. More grass in the game, especially a 3 to 5 foot tall grass. That would be awesome. I'll have to look that up. Sudan grass? Is that actually from Sudan, the country, or is that something else? Let's see if this thing makes it up the hill. I doubt it. It might, though. I think I need like the TW35 to get up the hill. Oh, no, it's going. It's going. Oh, I missed a stump, but I guess it's good that I'm like mowing because now I can see all the stumps that I missed. Right? And we sold almost all of our wood. I think there's a little bit more to sell. And we're at $177,000. Oh, we should buy that land. By the way, we're going to buy farmland. We're going to buy 45. Yes. And we're going to buy 1. Yes. And I don't have enough to buy these. I want to go onto this island here, but I'm going to buy 1 first. Apparently I went too far. Oh well. I just like looked away while the game was still running. So we can actually get some more wood if you guys want. But I want to plow this field. I don't have much more time for tonight. We only got like 30 more minutes or so. So I'll probably pick up this grass next time. Yeah, this tractor doesn't have enough weight on the back end. It's a fast growing. Ooh, I like that idea. Productive forage grass, commonly used for livestock feed. 3 to 8 feet. Ooh, I like that. 3 to 8 feet. 1 to 2.4 meters tall. Oh, I like that. That sounds great. Does anyone notice how yellow the map is right now? I mean, it looks even more yellow with my red glasses on, but it looks really yellow right now. Well, that's cool. I'll make some Sudan grass. I'll find a way. I should just mess with people's head and release a grass that like instantly turns to silage when you mow it. Or like instantly turns to like something dumb, like oats. Oh, thanks, Ronnie. Thank you so much for the donation. Hashtag for Ronnie. Oh, and Outlaw's here. Yep, no one's made a grass roller for alfalfa. You're right, Outlaw. Because then people would have to actually get into the Giants code that says that rolling does something to a crop. And that's super secret code, and no one's allowed to see that code. So no, you're not allowed to see that code. So you can't actually do anything with that information. If you want a roller that works with alfalfa, Outlaw, I'll make one for you. It'll take all of like 30 seconds. At least this tractor sounds good while it's struggling up the hills. It sounds good. And it has a whoever did the front suspension on it is also did a good job. Yep. Timothy? Nice. So I've been when I'm not like streaming or recording or making videos, I've been trying to like I haven't been really watching much FS content lately. I'm very sorry. So if I've missed out on some of your good videos, I'm really sorry. I've been watching somebody play do a let's play for a game called Days Gone, which is like a sort of open world zombie game kind of thing, right? Seems like a cool game, has a really, really good storyline, which is the part that I love. I love storylines. And I know I'm never going to have the time to play it, so watching someone else play it who takes the time to go through the whole storyline, to me, is kind of fun. So I've been watching somebody else play this game called Days Gone. And so I'm looking at the world in Days Gone, and he's playing this on PC, of course, but it was also on console. The world in Days Gone has features that, like, Giants is like super excited to add, like volumetric fog and tire tracks in the snow and like and all kinds of grass and elevation changes and all this kind of stuff. And that game, which has been out for 5 years, it has it. All of that stuff 5 years ago. And you can drive motorcycles in that game. And it's like a shooter kind of game, like where you're killing zombies and stuff. But like the world is beautiful. Like it's one of the most beautiful games I've seen in a long time. And it's 5 years old. It's baffling to me that, you know, Giants is all like going crazy over like the God rays and blah, 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 blah. Like this stuff for FS25 that they've added, where they're so focused on like the fog and the morning light and the blah 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 blah, and when in reality, like most AAA or most AA, single A, whatever you call it, most normal games have had that stuff for years, like years. And they're like, hey, we added something that you guys have been using and seeing in other games for the past 5 to 10 years. Be proud of us. Like, no, I'm not going to be proud of you. You finally gave us what you should have given us years ago. No worries, Outlaw. I don't know if it'll work, but I can try. If it's a quick thing, I will see if I can get it to work. If it's not a quick thing, then I'll let you know. Where'd our money go? Oh, that's right. That's right. We bought a bunch of land. For a split second, I almost forgot. All right, 20 minutes until the stream is over. We got our TW thing here. All right, let's turn that off. Raise it up. Let's go park this thing down. Jackknife the heck out of it. There you go. Nope. Stop. Done. Nope. I disconnected you. We'll go back to this one. And I think this has been fixed. I think this was fixed, actually. Let's see if it was fixed. You guys want to see if it's fixed? I think I fixed it. So I'm going to come in here. Go to vehicle. Attributes. Nope, it's not fixed. It's totally broken still. I know why too. It's like this has like the super windrower on, and I don't really want to do that right now. Let's turn off. I'll fix it later. Gosh, gotta do everything around here. All right, so we're gonna come in here with a regular everyday windrower and pick up at least one round, and then we're gonna buy something which I just enabled today. We're gonna get a 4-meter version of the bolt. We have a 3-meter one. We're gonna go 4 because why not? And then we're going to sell the 3-meter one because we don't need both a 3-meter and a 4-meter. I just wanted one slightly bigger. And then let's pick up the outside windrow. Or at least try to. Oh, no worries, Outlaw. Thanks for being here at all. I greatly appreciate every single person who's come into the stream and been able to hang out and stream and chat and be here. It means a lot to me that you guys spend your evenings, especially on a weeknight, hanging out here and watching me just play my game. Oh, by the way, I wanted to ask. And you know, we can do a poll for this. Most people start a poll. Here's a tough question. Here's my question. There's my question. So yeah, so when I got into playing games and when I first got a PC that would play PC games, which is the same one I'm using today. One of the first games that I got into it looks like a field corn stalks without the corn. Oh, really? That's cool. So I guess it's forageable too. So when I first got into the game, when I first got a PC, one of the games I really wanted to play, which I used to play like through like VMware or something like that on my Mac, was Satisfactory. And Satisfactory is like a factory building game. And I've been playing Satisfactory for years. Satisfactory was in like early access forever. Like for like 4, maybe 5 years, it was in early access. And they've had 6 or 7 updates to it, like major, 8 updates. And I played every update until update 7. I didn't play update 8. And because I was playing Farm Sim. And I was like, you know what? I've played this game over and over and over. I've started from the day one and played through all of the levels to basically get to all the content they had. And I told myself that I wouldn't go back to it until they did their 1.0 release. Like until they actually release the full version of the game, because there was always the intention of, from the developers side, they always intended to do a storyline. And you know how I am with storyline. I love storylines. That's favorite part of most games. I'll play shooters, I'll play, you know, racing games, but you give me a game that has a storyline, and I know that storylines are finite, and I get that, and you can only really play the storyline once. I get that. But just having a storyline, to me, is really important. And so Satisfactory never really had a storyline. They had some stuff that was in the game that was supposedly part of the storyline, but you never really knew why. You didn't even really know why you were there. You had like a 5-minute tutorial at the beginning of the game, and then you just built factories. I really love playing the game. But they're finally releasing 1.0 next week. So September 10th is the 1.0 release for Satisfactory. And I'm trying to and I'd like to play it because it's been a couple of years since I played it. And I'm trying to decide if I should actually release it on my channel at all. And if I do, would you guys want to see a live stream of it, or would you want to see just like recorded content, or what? I don't know. I'll put it up as an actual poll on like the main part of the channel, but it's a game that's kind of near and dear to my heart. I would really like to play it. And Group B Rally. Yeah, no, I don't think I'm gonna play Group B Rally on stream. Thanks, Ronnie, though. For me, like rally games and those kind of things. Oh, thanks, Ken. Those are controller games. Those have to be played on a console. And I currently have like a first generation Xbox One. Like not even the recent ones, but like the very first generation one. And so it's not nowhere near strong enough to play those kind of games. I mean, it'll play them, but it'll be pretty crappy. And then plus the Xbox is downstairs and all my streaming stuff is up here. All right, I'll pick up more of the grass after we get off stream, and then I'll finish plowing the field. But I want to start plowing the field and show you guys the field that we're making. And then next time, maybe in the next month, we'll actually plant the field. So we do want to progress a little bit. So maybe we'll go to the next month and we'll plant the field. And we're going to plant a crop you're not expecting. And it's going to take a long time to plant it because we're going to be using like a 2-meter planter. All right, so here's our field. We cleared this all out through the wonders of hacking the game engine. And we're coming down here. We're gonna do, oh, is it already creating a field? No, Control Y? Control Alt Y? Nope. What's the key command? Control Alt Y. I just did that. Oh, no, I'm gonna Control Shift Y. There we go. Create fields. Oh my gosh. This is going too fast. I don't think this cultivator has a speed limit. I'm having a hard time controlling it because it doesn't have a speed limit. I'm like just gunning it a little bit. Oh, and there's rocks. So we're gonna have to pick up the rocks. That's not gonna be fun. Okay, maybe it does have a speed limit. Is it 15? Maybe? Sort of? $15 is pretty fast to be plowing. It's not too bad. Now, I don't want these two fields to merge, so I'm going to do something that I don't normally do. And I'm going to paint in between these two fields because I don't want them to merge. So paint. I'm going to paint over the grass. You heard it right. I'm painting over grass. I know. I know. What is this world coming to? I think I don't own that land up there. It's just not letting me paint it. Plants. And it's in here somewhere. I think. I hope. Yes, here it is. I'm going to put in this like very kind of... This is like the border that I'm going to use. I like this. I like this thing. It's an FS19 crop thing. Right, it's not grass. It's like, it's something else. And I enjoy it. I think it looks good. Let's quickly go get rid of this stump so we can mow through here. Was there another stump? Right here. What editing program is beginner user friendly? That's a tough question, Rusty. On PC, if you're on Mac, I would just say using iMovie. But on PC, I don't know. Canva maybe. You'd have to ask other people. I don't really know. I edit on PC. I edit using DaVinci Resolve, which is basically like saying I'm going to use Photoshop to edit photos when there's a million other programs you can use to edit photos. But I'm basically just using the best of the best. And from my perspective, DaVinci Resolve is a professional tool. And there's way more features than I'll ever use, but that's the tool I choose to use. That's what I use for editing on PC, but it's way overkill for like a beginner, and it took me months to get to be able to do even basic stuff. Not months, it probably took me a day or two of watching tutorials to do basic editing. I use like maybe 10% of the program. The biggest benefit with Resolve is a professional level tool. You don't get locked out of any features. It's in for 8K rendering. It can do like video editing. It can do motion graphics. It can do color corrections. It can do sound editing. You can do voiceovers all directly in the app. And it's free. Right? So the key with DaVinci Resolve is it's free. It always has been, and they always supposedly always will have a free version of Resolve for people to use. So personally, even though it's way more than you'll ever need, it's free. And I would go with something that's free just because it doesn't cost money. Everything else you look at is going to cost money. I don't think there's any other good free video editing that I know of. But you know, YouTube it. Best video editing tool for PC under $100 or something. Did I say Visual Studio? No, DaVinci Resolve. Visual Studio is the code editing program I use. Did I say that? Rewind. I think I might have said Visual Studio. Visual Studio Code is the program I use for editing code. That's what I use for doing software engineering. DaVinci Resolve is what I use for video editing. All right, so let's get into our overhead shot real quick. And so this is our new field. Right? This is our new field. It's a pretty big field, actually. Oh my gosh, it's a pretty big field. It's actually bigger than our other field. And I'm going to leave it with you guys with this. So after you guys watch the video, before next week, I want everyone, once the video is over and the stream is over, I want everyone to come back in, everyone who's watching at this point, and I want everyone to come back in and comment what you think I'm going to plant in this field. I haven't told you. I haven't told anyone. I know what I'm going to plant. I've already planned it out. But I want you guys to post in the comments of the live stream. Not the live stream chat. The comments, the comment below thing. Post what you think I'm going to plant in this field. And maybe I'll give a prize for the first 2 or 3 people who are right. Say that. How's that sound? So post what you think I'm going to put in this field. I need to fix this little corner because it's bothering me. See what the problem with being like kind of OCD is you end up doing stuff like this and plants this one. Doing a little bit of artistic stuff. But yeah, I'm going to get plenty of rocks off this field. I'm just going to end up putting them into my rock pile over here. But yeah, so that's what we're going to do. Flight mode off. I'm going to have to go pick up this grass with my 2 tractors that look almost exactly the same. I'm gonna have to go pick up all this grass, and then I'm gonna have to finish plowing this field with my cultivator. I liked using the cultivator field create thing. That makes me happy. And then we're gonna prepare this field for planting, and then you guys can vote or comment about what crop you think I'm gonna plant in this field. Only one person's going to be right. No, I don't know how many people are going to guess it. Well, I'll give you a hint. It has to do with something that I've done to customize this map. And that's probably like telling you outright what it's going to be. So, yeah. Anyways. But that's going to be it for me tonight. It's 8 o'clock. It's time for me to go. Actually, I'm starving. I need to eat some dinner. And I will catch everyone next time. I hope everyone is enjoying the stream. I'm going to probably take this to the next day, just finish off this field. And then we'll start the next day in April. Or next week's stream, or maybe later this weekend stream. Whatever we can fit in. And we'll go on from there. But I want to say thank you everyone for being here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming along and chatting. We had an awesome number of really great people in chat tonight. And Ronnie, I want a special hashtag. Special. Let me type a hashtag. Special hashtag for Ronnie. Ronnie gave us a couple of donations tonight of both a gifted subscription and a $2 donation. Thank you, Ronnie, for supporting the channel. It's greatly appreciated. And I will catch everyone next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Thanks for being here, everybody.